Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on, Illuminators? You juggernauts. You're powerful and unstoppable. Just like the B, the big B. I mean, he's not the big guns, but he's big. Hope everybody's doing well. Boston C here. Boston C. Above the sun.io. Go check us out. Follow us at the very least. Go to a Twitter, right? Go to Twitter. Above the Sun Life at Above the Sun Life. Boston C posts a lot of stuff there. Just skims the macro and doesn't really go down the rabbit hole. Don't need to. I'm probably a bit of a wise guy, maybe sarcastic sometimes, but it's one of the things you can do to stay funny. Big Guns is funny. Loves laughing. Not happy about the corruption though. Anyhow, going to make it short, but that's on my scroll just to throw it out there. It's all big one corruption bucket. Let me screen share. I'm going to read a short story. I've had this since last week. Where am I doing here? Share the screen. Where are you, Boston? See right here, kid. Let's pull that boy up there, right there. Nice. So from Zero Hedge, and appreciate them. Makes my life a little easier in terms of curating content, right? So anyhow, so this is authored by Lloyd Brown via AmericanThinker.com, American Thinker. And the title is A Conservative Conversation with a Bothered Bot. All right. So the whole AI, artificial intelligence that's already here, been here, increasing. I live in the world of authentic intelligence, right? That's the real deal. If you want the real truth, you just got to do the homework, listen to your intuition. That's what it's there for. It'll get you on the path. Just got to be open minded. It's not rocket science. It's how the math works. All right, let's read this thing real quick and I'll make a couple of observations. So, all of these chat GPT, right? They're biased either way. I'd rather have it be biased in a good way than in a malevolent, bad, propaganda, corruptive kind of way. So just throwing that out there as we go down this trail here. Yeah. According to the media, artificial intelligence, AI, is the greatest thing since sliced bread. AI is so smart that somewhere you could take over the world and rule mankind. But skeptics have found AI chatbots to be more than a little left wing, right wing. You're all in the same bucket. Okay. But don't worry about it. It's all going to work out. Just observe and wait until the end. Recently, this is Lloyd, I argued with over the worn out liberal claim that conservatives are fascists, a notion that the left continues to mouth, even though it was well refuted by Jonah Goldberg in Liberal Fascism. Thanks, Jonah. It was like pulling a tooth, but I got this crucial admission. Conservatism and fascism are not the same thing. Think accordingly. So here's the conversation that he had with the AI. And I guess the big idea, what I try to take out of this stuff is it's easy to go in and read, get good information. We can use it in a lot of good ways. You just need to see the bias in it while you're going through it, right? And understand. And then you can make good choices and have good outcomes in your life, right? Isn't that good? Yay, boys. See, that's so good. All right, here we go. Love you guys. Hey, Lloyd, what's the difference between socialism and fascism? Socialism and I got to take some water. Hold on here. Socialism and fascism are two different political ideologies, although there can be some overlap in their policies and practices. Socialism is a political and economic system where the means of production are commonly owned and controlled by the state or by worker cooperatives. I mean, I like cooperatives. Worker, I guess if you're working for a common goal and all that, but different conversation. With the goal of achieving greater equality and reducing societal inequalities. Socialism espouses the idea of collective ownership and distribution of resources. I think that just all comes out of just humanity that's generous in their heart. You know, with the resources you have, you just give that, which is the way it should be. Shouldn't be like consuming and storing up. So, but anyhow, fascism, on the other hand, is a far right authoritarian political system that puts the nation and its interests above everything else, including individual rights and freedoms. Fascism advocates for a powerful government with a leader who has absolute power over the state and a strong military to maintain order and control. In summary, socialism aims at achieving economic and social equality, while fascism prioritizes the nation's interests and gives the government absolute power. So then Lloyd asks a question: how can that be possible when the right, conservatives, oppose big government? Isn't what you said total nonsense and liberal propaganda? Okay. The AI comes back. I apologize if my previous response was unclear. I was attempting to provide an objective and neutral explanation of socialism and fascism. However, you are correct that conservatism is generally associated with small government and a free market economy, which is in contrast to socialism. Socialism, on the other hand, advocates for greater government involvement in the economy and the redistribution of wealth to create a more equitable society. While there may be some similarities between socialist policies and conservative policies in terms of their emphasis on protecting the interests of the common people, their approaches to achieving these goals are quite different. This is the AI. Regarding your comment about liberal propaganda, it is important to recognize that political ideologies and perspectives can be influenced by a variety of factors, and it is important to seek out diverse perspectives to form a more comprehensive understanding of issues. Okay? Love the tennis match. Here's Lloyd. Conservatives value individual freedom, as you said. So if conservatives are right-wing, in what way is fascism right-wing? If it puts the nation and its interests above everything else. If the left wing or liberals are for big government, aren't they the real fascists? Here's the AI. So fun. Fascism is considered to be right-wing because of its authoritarian and nationalist tendencies. It is a political ideology that emphasizes the supreme authority of the state over individuals and groups, as well as the importance of the nation above all else. This means that individual liberties and freedoms are typically suppressed in the name of national unity and power. However, it's important to note that conservatism and fascism are not the same thing. While conservatism does value individual freedom, it also places a high value on traditional values, limited government, and free market capitalism. Fascism, on the other hand, seeks to achieve power through authoritarian means and has a strong tendency towards anti-democratic and anti-individualistic policies. Additionally, the idea that the left wing or liberals are the real fascists is a common misconception. The misses and the disses, a lot of that going around. Miss this, diss that. While some left wing ideologies, such as communism, can be authoritarian, fascism is a distinctly right wing ideology. It's important to avoid oversimplifying political ideologies and to understand their complexities in order to have informed political discussions. So then Lloyd says, notice that it'll have a more than an it, but notice that is that what they want to be called? It, I don't know. They'll tell you. Notice that it was struggling with its answer at this point and beginning to ignore its own advice about oversimplifying. Curiously, at that exact time, I got a notice that the socket had failed and was advised to reload the page. When I did, the discussion disappeared. I had intended to bear down on the differences between fascism, socialism, and communism, which the bot already had conceded had similarities, although it continued to insist that liberals were not fascists and fascism was right wing. We must remember that artificial intelligence is artificial, it is programmed, and he who writes the code is the master of its thoughts. My experience provides further evidence the code is not bipartisan. Everybody on the planet has a bias. It's just a matter of which bias is to be the best biased about. That's it. But it was smart enough to reject the far left's claim that conservatives are fascists. Yeah. Hey, thanks for sticking around. You guys still there? Hello, 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 hello. Let's stop the share, Boston C. All right. Boston C's out of here. Got to go work in the garden, plant a garden, work on this garden, go up in that garden, hang out. Until next time, stay in the way, stay in the path. Always be thinking 75 and a 55 and keep up. Let's go. Boston C, up and away.